heard you guys mention some things about interpreters, and you had some not so good ones. Do you have any positive experience with interpreters, or what are things that you look for in interpreters to kind of match you guys better?
Interpreters, I think interpreters are cool. I have to feel comfortable with the interpreter. She's right. I want them to be certified. The first time I had an interpreter was a horrible experience. I couldn't understand anything. The certified interpreters are the best. I don't care if the interpreter is a pro at signing or not, or lousy, but I don't look for a connection with the interpreter. I just want to get the job done. So the interpreters are good. I need to have a connection, and I want them to match my signing style. So that's a good thing. Sometimes the interpreters are not good or good, but I prefer one that understands my signing style. And if they don't understand, then we'll have miscommunication. The teacher will misunderstand things and what I'm trying to say. I'll miss stuff. I don't want that. So I prefer an interpreter that matches my signing style. So that way everything is good. I have a question. What's the difference between the hearing and deaf with regard to sports? Play sports with hearing people or deaf people? Which do you prefer? You're saying sports? Yes. Deaf people I know take it very seriously. They want to win, win, win. But I'm talking about do the hearing people let you play on their team in sports? When I tried to join football at Mills Park, they wouldn't let me join because I was deaf. And coach decided, nah, we'd have to have an interpreter all the time. And so at the deaf school, I got right in, totally immersed into the football, didn't need anything, didn't need an interpreter. But the hearing team, I want to be involved with the hearing team, but the coach always tends to not let me play because I'm deaf. And they think I don't know what I'm doing, and I can't be without an interpreter, and then I fall behind, and then the communication doesn't match, and they just shove me aside, so I feel left out. I just have to accept it. But then when I went to deaf school, then they let me play. I understood everything, and I knew what was going on with the team. They could tell me what's going on, what's the reason, why things happen. With hearing people, they wouldn't tell me what was going on, and that's when I realized they wouldn't let me play because I was deaf. So they're proud of deaf at the deaf school, and they understand, and we can change things to improve our skills. From my experience with the hearing team, they don't explain things on what they expect, so you don't know what they're expecting. They expect you to know and get all caught up with team players, but I was always a little behind, so I didn't understand it clearly. It was very vague, not clear, I couldn't understand. With the deaf school, I joined soccer, and the coach could sign and communicate well. I knew what the expectations were. They gave me my expectations, and I was successful, and my skills improved because I could understand the deaf more than the hearing. Now I'm a cheerleader at FCD I, but I would never do it in the hearing school because I would feel not the same, not good. Feel left out. At the deaf school, like, come on, everybody wants you to participate and allow me to participate, and I really like it. I didn't like the hearing team because they would out on me out and think that deaf people can't do anything, so the hearing and deaf can do everything equally, as long as you work together and you care about it and feel good. The deaf, they are very encouraging, they convince you to participate, be involved. The hearing, they don't try to help you participate or get involved, because they're looking for somebody with good skills and they think that people don't. But if they would work with us, then we could improve our skills, and we can do anything, just like the hearing people, if they would allow us. They can do anything. They, we want to show them that deaf people can do it. I can't do sports because I have a heart problem. I can't play sports because of my heart condition, but it's right. So I'm hearing people like in the mainstream school, I feel like I have the skill to play baseball, football, but they say can't because, we're deaf and dumb. But we're not. We can play. We can do sports. It's not fair. So that I've noticed that in mainstream. I'm not saying that all here our public schools are like that. It depends on where our influence came from and whether hearing people can understand us or not. Some hearing schools would accept us in football, some don't. To be honest, I don't know the answer to your question. I've had some experiences related to your question. Like, for example, in middle school baseball, I was involved, and when I signed up to be involved with the team, the coach looked at me and showed me how to play, showed me the skills, and I showed him I could run fast and I had the skills, and I played on the team, and we won championship, and at the end, they treated me like I was nobody. In my opinion, the coach was looking for somebody to win and get trophies.
So you guys have some negative experiences with mainstream and sports and mainstream classrooms overall. Why isn't the next generation coming up and fighting more, or are you? You guys are the next generation.
It's half and half. I don't know, half and half. I'm too lazy. I just don't like to watch what's going on. I'm 100% willing to fight for the kids, the deaf kids, and their rights in the public, because in my experience, I realize it's hard, and I would like for my kids to have a better life than mine. So I'd be willing to fight. I don't know the answer. What I want is, I want to fight, of course, but what I would want for my kids is for them to have their own choices to make if they want to go to a deaf school so that they can learn and have an easier life. But if they tell me they want to go and be challenged, I would say okay, I would be okay with that and see what happens. And if it's a good experience, then it's fine. What's important is that the kids have a good experience, a lot of experiences, and not be left out and wondering what's going on and missing out on important information. That's what I would want for my kids. I have a lot of negative experience in the hearing world, but I still fight. Like, my parents fought for me, so I want to fight and be like my parents and stand up for myself to the hearing people and deaf people too, both. I don't want them to depend on me and make me feel weak, and have the hearing people knock me down and have a negative experience. I want to be our deaf power. So, but in the past I had a lot of negative experience, but now I stand up for myself, and I've changed a lot, and I have a positive outlook because of my parents helping me. they've helped me a lot through a lot of the experiences, working through the challenges, thinking positive, being optimistic, and now I'm at FSD being successful.
Okay, do we have any other questions from the audience? None? You guys right here, you teenagers, Micah, Sean, Javen. Questions?
I have one.
Go ahead, stand up.
This is my son, and I'm just wondering, and it's so hard when you're hearing to learn ASL. You have to be around it a lot. And I'm just wondering if it's equally as hard for when you're deaf trying to turn ASL to English, like I'm trying to turn English to ASL. Does that make sense?
I can answer your question. My dad has the same experiences because he grew up signing, but then he forgot a lot about it and he started to talk a lot. So, but when he was born, they realized he was deaf, and with my parents didn't understand a lot of sign language growing up, and then. Then they put me in a mainstream program with, deaf and hard of hearing kids in a mainstream. And then, I learned how to speak and I could sign at the same time. And my dad was realizing that, if he spoke to me, I could understand some of what he said, but if he signed to me, I understood everything. So my dad took sign language classes, and my mom, picked up a lot more. And so when I'm older, now I'm teaching them some, so that now they understand both. They understand what I'm saying and what I'm signing. My opinion is, English and ASL have some of the same signs, except that sometimes they're like summarized a little bit or contracted, so like I noticed, like real deaf people that can't hear anything and then they learn ASL, it's like they don't write English really well, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but and as I was growing up, I used my voice more than I signed, and I understand English, I think, more than ASL. ASL is a little bit hard for me, but I think, it would be hard for deaf people to try to sign in English too. So it's just kind of like an opposite situation. So it's like, I guess it all depends on how people are raised. When they're raised with one language, it's a lot more difficult to learn another language. I was used to English a lot in English signing, and some people didn't understand my signing. And I'm like, maybe I used English too much, and so I started to change over to more ASL. And now that I'm in the deaf school, it's so much easier for ASL. So my writing is pretty good. My English writing is pretty good, but I notice a lot of deaf people sign, or they write more like ASL than English. And so I really think that English writing skills and signing skills are both important. When I was younger, my mom tried so hard. I mean, she went to sign language classes and she tried to learn. And one time I went with her and I kept telling her, they're teaching you the wrong signs. They're teaching you the wrong signs. And we're like laughing about it because it's like, I told her, you know what? I said, we started we just didn't pay attention in class. So anyway, now I'm understanding what everybody else is saying about that.
We can take another question from the audience. I have a question all of our kids, and I would like to know from you personally how FCD has impacted your life.
FCD was the first thing that had an impact on me. When I was in elementary school and, the deaf program with the mainstream, I talked and signed a little bit. Then when my dad heard about FCD, right away, he put me in there, and I was a little awkward at first because I only signed a little bit, and then I talked most of the time, but then, I grew FCD, helped, it began to grow on me, so then, I signed a lot more, and, they encouraged me, they supported me, and they said, hey, you can make your own decisions on some of these things, you can do whatever you want, you can be wherever you want to be, and that is what led me to have a stronger deaf environment and be involved with the deaf community. Because FCD has a very strong, we have a strong relationship. So it's a very positive. I can't imagine my life without FCD. If it weren't for FCD, I'd still be stuck in a hearing school, daydreaming, and speaking most of the time. When I was in mainstream, I got a lot of homework and stuff, and it's like, when I go home by myself, I would struggle, I wouldn't understand. But FCD had the tutoring and the homework help, and so they were like really supportive to me. So I learned, I learned a lot. So then I understood my own, because in school, I wouldn't understand what was going on, and at home I felt kind of isolated. So they really helped me. I really enjoyed my time with Sally Shorts and all the staff, and they were such a helpful influence for me and helped me get my confidence strong. So I'm just very grateful for FCD for that influence on my life, and I just had a really good life. FCD has had a huge impact in my life, and it's like, we have deaf association there, deaf friends there, and, they have a deaf program at the school, yeah, but when we go into FCD and we have a lot of different people, there's a lot of different people there, so we have a good relationship, it's like a strong connection. When I first heard about FCD, they said, oh, there's more, somebody said there's deaf people there. I was kind of nervous. I didn't want to go there because I didn't know what it would be like, And then as I've gone, I've gotten accustomed to it, and, in their different programs, and I've learned a lot, and it was really, my dad said, no, you need to go. And so, it was a good exposure to deaf culture and provided me another option besides being stuck in a hearing world where I didn't understand what was going on, and I could go there and fit in and have a good time. So it's good. FCD encouraged me many times, and they had many events, and all these the book wars.
Battle of the Books.
Battle of the Books, thank you. There's so many things that I'm interested in, and the staff are just great, and there's just, I can't, I'm happy there. FCD is like my second family, that's what I call them. I wouldn't have met anybody here without FCD, and I saw all these people in different situations, and I learned not to judge, and I just felt like I fit right in, I notice FCD when it's like they don't care, whether I identify as hearing or deaf, it doesn't matter, but, yeah, you're deaf, you have hearing family, you know how to communicate